Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is a very soft, neutral, glam look. Actually, I wouldn't even call this glam. This is like an easy out the door and super unintimidating. But the exciting part is that I used like TOA gift size, like freebie items and literal samples for this entire look. There's not a single full price item. Actually, there's not a single item on this that cost anything. I mean, there were a couple items that were like some points at Sephora, but honestly, everything here came out of samples. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching. And please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 3 times a week. And that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to see us achieve something from basically nothing, keep on watching. All right, let's jump into it. I have to lay out all my sample packets so I know what I have. That is going to be setting powder, concealer, powder foundation, primer. All right, perfect. So I'm going to start with the Shiseido Essential Energy Gel Cream, lightweight gel to reboost the skin, hydrate, and energize a glow from within. We're going to be trying this out. If my skin breaks out, you guys owe me big time because this is a lot of new stuff all at once. I am going to take that on to, this is the BOXYCHARM. It came in the last month's box. I have been using it for primer lately, so that's what I'm going to do with it today. So I'm just going to grab right out of there. I'm going to smooth this all over the face. So that smells really nice. It definitely has a nice nourishing feel. My skin doesn't look like it turned bright red from it, which is usually a pretty good sign. I do also have the Oil-Free Protector Broad Spectrum Water Resistant SPF, which can also be used as a primer. This is also from Shiseido, and I did not put on SPF today, so we're going to do this too. That literally just dripped all over me. And all over my pants. Cool. Guess I'm doing laundry today. I'm going to pop that on my face. So you have been warned. Really, really liquidy. I am going to give that a little bit of time to soak up in the skin. I'm going to go clean off because I literally am now covered in sunscreen, and I'll be right back for the next item. So next we have from Clinique. This is the Flawless Full Coverage 2-in-1 Beyond Perfecting Concealer and Foundation. I did get 3 shades. There is Ivory, Neutral, and Golden. Golden looks like it's going to be way too dark, so I'm going to use that as a cream bronzer. I'm going to kind of mix the other two for the actual foundation part. And I'm going to hope I don't make a mess. I'm going to grab... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two and just kind of go like that. It's a pretty good match. I don't know if this is even remotely enough product to consider foundation for the whole face, but we're going to try and spread it everywhere. It's definitely a good color match. I know that every time I've gotten a... that's not going to work. I need a brush. Every time I have tried a sample foundation, it's always way too yellow and never my color. So the fact that there was one actually pink enough in there where it works for me, kind of awesome. Like, I mean, I know that was like no foundation and I definitely need like a lot more to make that work. So I am going to also dip into the neutral one. And I'm going to add a little bit of that to the perimeters of the face because I have plenty of concealer. It's a little dark. But we don't have enough foundation, so we don't really have a choice. Honestly, the skin looks perfected. This is not looking super heavy. I also have like 1/3 of the amount of foundation I normally would use. So there's that. What I am going to do now, I'm going to take the shade Golden. And I'm going to use my Beauty Blender, and I'm going to blend this into the perimeters of my face. This might be a hot mess, but we're going to try. because I don't have a sample bronzer, so we're going to use the foundation that's way too dark and kind of blend that in as if it was a cream bronzer. And I'll use the concealer to kind of clean it up, because this looks muddy as hell. We're going to blend it out, I promise. All right, now that that's pressed in a little bit, I am going to grab the foundation brush just to blend it out. Honestly, from a bronzer perspective, like tone-wise, that doesn't look bad. It's definitely... Actually, no, I kind of like that. I mean, it's a little warm, and we haven't set anything down yet, but all things considered, I think I can make that work. Concealer time. I have the Pretty Vulgar lightweight concealer. It comes in 4 shades. Well, it comes in a lot more than, but I have 4 shades. I'm going to take the shade Little White Lies, which is the lightest, and looks like it is the most appropriate to my tone. And I am going to take that on the concealer side. And I'm going to start strategically placing this anywhere the coverage from the foundation wasn't quite enough. And I'll end up blending this over that bronzer color just to clean it up and make everything look, well, better. I love how the concealer has more product in it than the foundation. Like, that foundation sample might as well have been enough to basically just blend out a swatch. Definitely not enough for the whole face at all. See how much better that is? I am gonna say that because I don't cream contour often, I know that. So this is gonna look a little off to start. It will come together once we powder. Actually, that concealer kind of helped it out. This is why I did the bronzy part first, because concealer cleans up everything. Since that worked out so well, I am gonna go into the next shade down, which is Tiptoe Over the Line. It is a light to medium color. I'm going to take, not much of this, but I'm going to take a tiny bit of this, and I'm just going to dot it where I feel like I need more coverage, because this is more like my skin tone. So we're going to take that and kind of use it to blend the concealer into the foundation and into the bronzer. Because right now everything is looking, not gonna lie, a little bit muddier than I like it to be. I'm not hating how this is turning out. I was originally gonna use the darkest shade to contour, but honestly, I'm kind of scared of the coverage of it. So instead I'm gonna go into the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Powder Foundation. And I have this in 3 colors. I'm going to use Aspen, which is shade 4. To set down the face. I'm going to use Natural 11 to kind of bronze a bit. But before I do that, I do have some Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Also in a cute little sample. So I'm going to... Oh, this is really cute. So the sample actually has a little sifter on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that there's no creases on the under eye. Pick up some of this powder and lock everything in. I am going to grab my powder brush and basically just make it rain. And we're going to lock in all of those creams and liquids. Remember when I said powder was going to bring it all together? Definitely looking much better. I'm going to grab another powder brush just because it's going to be a little bit more smoothing. Taking a tiny bit more powder. I'm just going to work that across the face. Now I'm going to jump into this powder. I have no idea how the hell this is going to turn out, but we're hoping. All right, I'm going to take the lightest shade it's coming up on the brush. And we're just going to use that powder to add a little bit more coverage. It is a powder foundation, so setting your foundation with a powder foundation will always amp up the coverage a little bit. Then grabbing my bronzer brush, I'm going to take the darkest tone in here, which honestly isn't really even a bronzer tone. That shows you how fair I am. That I can use the shade Natural 11 as bronzer, since shade 4 was my foundation shade. Next, I'm going to take this sample of the Bye Bye Pores Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder from IT Cosmetics. Oh, it even comes with a cute little sponge. Some of these companies are doing the most when it comes to samples, and I think it's kind of cool, because this is like a mini compact. Oh, and you get a decent amount of powder. And it is a translucent, so it's not giving me a lot of extra coverage or any color. It's not really brightening, but it is kind of smoothing everything over. Not bad, not bad. And that's like a genuine like travel size. Like there's enough pressed powder in here that I feel like I can actually use this for a while, whereas all the rest of them were the like weird sticky things that then instantly are basically garbage and you can't use them ever again. All right, I'm going to go take what little concealer I have left and that Bye Bye Pores pressed powder, prime my eyelids, and I'll be right back to jump into everything else. All right, we are back, and the next 5 items, which are also the last 5 items, are all going to be things that were 100 points at Sephora. So everything else was those like free sample-y things. The rest of them are tiny little baby size items that honestly, if I can do my face for 300 points at Sephora and a whole basket of samples, honestly, I'm going to take that as a win. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of the Too Faced Born This Way. Nope, that's not what it's called. It is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Bronzer. And I'm going to add a little bit of this just because I was hoping I didn't have to use this bronzer. I pulled it just in case. But those powder foundations just weren't cutting it. So, I mean, we did kind of figure out today that we could do all complexion, base, primer, foundation, concealer, and powder out of samples, which is kind of cool, not going to lie. But to go a little bit more glam, we are going to need a little bit of help. You guys also do know, or if you've been watching my channel, you do know, that this bronzer, I actually keep this in my rotation because this is my favorite thing to contour the nose with. And I don't need a full size because I literally only really ever use it to contour the nose. So I keep it on hand in this size. So I literally travel this. This is my nose contour. Nice. And I'm going to take a little bit of that Bye Bye Pores pressed powder and just use it to clean everything up. For blush, this was actually a Rouge gift. So this wasn't even any points, but it is the shade Goulou. I don't even know how to say that, but it is a NARS blush that I think I've used once. It was a gift for Tier like 3 years ago. So we're going to take a little bit of that on the apples of the cheek. It's a pretty color. It's blushy. Lately, you guys know I've been going for more of that like coral tangerine blush and a little bit less pinky. But this is pretty. To highlight, I'm going into Opal from Becca Cosmetics. I need to organize my brushes again because they are not. Take a little bit of that right over the highest points of the face. The Becca highlighters, I know they're not as popular as they used to be. Like 2 years ago, this was everything. People used the Becca highlighters, and that was really all anybody ever liked. And then everybody else came out with a highlighter and then some, and it kind of became less popular. But I'm still a huge fan of the Becca highlighters. I think they're really pretty. Beautiful. I am going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to take the bronzer just through the crease. This isn't going to be a big shadow day, just because, honestly, I'm not feeling it. I'm in a mood. You ever have those days? Little bronzer in the crease just to add some definition. Tiny bit of that same shade. Just ran on the lower lash. Just to bring the eyes a little bit to life. I am going to take that Becca highlighter and I'm just going to loop the inner corner just to open it up, give a little bit of brightness. We're going to be fresh-faced and out the door today. And because it's me and I don't know how to not be extra, I'm going to take that same highlighter and just pull it over the lid for a nice, barely there shimmer. Still subtle, still soft, but just giving a little bit of extra pizzazz. For mascara, I have a cute little Lancome Hypnose Drama. You guys know I love the Monsieur Big from Lancome, but I've actually never tried this one. So we're going to give this a try. I'm going to curl my lashes real quick and then throw this on. Wow. So normally I think my lashes look so skimpy, but on a day like today where I have like no eyeshadow on and there's nothing hiding them, I feel like this mascara is doing so much. Or maybe it's my lashes and I'm just super critical, but this mascara is beautiful. So the formula is a little liquidy, so it did transfer right here, which I am going to clean that up. But honestly, not the end of the world. I think it still looks really pretty on the lashes. Just to tie this whole thing up, I'm going to grab the Laura Mercier Baby Doll Lip Gloss. And I'm going to throw this. Oh, look at how baby this is. Like, this is just such a cute little tiny... I keep hitting my mic. I'm sorry. There's a lot of obnoxious noises. It's from me hitting my microphone for the whole video. It has almost like a vanilla cupcake scent. I want to say that if you take the tingle out of the Buxom glosses, this is what you're going to get. Because it has that same really pretty flavor. Yeah, like that cupcakey frosting. Same high shine, does none of the tingle and none of the plumping. But otherwise, really pretty. Beautiful. So that is the finished look using only sample-sized items. Like, we use literal paper samples and a couple point perks. But honestly, the fact that this face basically costs nothing is kind of awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know down below how many of these samples are you sitting on? Because I swear, I cleaned out my drawer. I gave so many away and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to film this video. And within like 2 weeks, I had enough to do everything. So are you like me and do you hoard your samples and never use them? Let me know and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.